Welcome to Kenpo University. My name is Alan Babinick, and I'm your instructor. Today, we're going to talk about how to tie your belt. There's two parts to this video. The first part is how to tie it on yourself. The second part is how to tie it on your child, or if you're trying to help somebody else out at the studio, or if you're an instructor trying to help teach somebody else how to tie it. All right? So let's see how the first part's done. All right, so let me show you how to tie the belt with the Kenpo knot. Now I'm not going to use my belt because it's black on black. You probably wouldn't see it very good. So I'm going to take my belt off, and I'm going to use a belt with a stripe that's going down the center of it. And that way you'll be able to follow along as I tie everything up. So if you have a tag, start with the tag on the outside. Leave. Now see, this belt was folded like this. Just wherever it normally folds, that's a good time to start, just on your left hip. Now some people, when they do this, they'll start right in the center and put it across here and cross it and back, and that cross and back is going to have your belt doing this. And then if you're trying to do sit-ups or if you're doing backward break falls, it's going to keep pushing into the middle of your back. It's just a pain, so I prefer doing it this way. I take about 1.5 feet, put it on your left hip, and you hold it there, whip it around, not once, but twice. And then you kind of straighten it up and get the ends pretty close to even. Now, the right side should be just a little bit longer than the left side because you're going to whip it around a couple of times. So once I get to here, the side that's on top goes up and underneath both belts. All right? And then from here, you take the one in your left hand and you turn it over. So you can see the black side, you get the red side. And then you put this on top. So you've got your right side on top, and then this goes up and underneath. Now, you pull it a little bit tight, but then right here, you twist it, rev it like a motorcycle. So you rev it down, and then when you pull, you're going to end up, now this went backwards a little bit, but when you end up, you're going to end up with the Kenpo knot, where if you can see, this is flat up and down. This goes straight through. This is this belt. This goes straight down, and this goes straight down this way. It's actually hanging. And this is how to tie the Kenpo knot, and then you just adjust it to get your ends even. An example of the other kind of knot, so there's the Kenpo knot and there's everything else, is this one. So if you can see on this one, this is still straight up and down just like this, but this comes down and it curves under, and this comes in. This just kind of shoots straight out the side instead of hanging down nicely. So you can see this hangs down, this just shoots out the side as you're going through. So this just goes in, this comes out, this goes down, down, and out. It's almost like a 3-part belt. So that's not what we want. This is the Kenpo knot. This is exactly what we want. All right? And that's how to tie it. All right. Now I want to show you how to tie a belt on a younger child. So if you're trying to tie it on one of your kids, I'm going to show you how it's supposed to be done. All right? Let's see how that works. All right. So you start with the belt. I like to grab the tag side, and I keep it up, again, about 1.5 feet or so. A lot of times wherever it normally bends at, right there, that's a great place to put it. So you put that on their left hip, wrap it around once, wrap it around twice. And then this is where you kind of get them even. Try to get the right side just a little bit, just 1 inch or 2 longer, because it's going to wrap around anyhow. So this top side should just be a little bit longer. Then take the top bit and then go up and underneath and keep this nice and flat. And this is where you tighten it to actually just hold it tight like a belt. All right? And then you're going to take the one in your right hand over here and flip it over. Take the left side and put it on top. So this one's right on top of this one. And then it's going to go underneath. And then, here's the tricky bit. You have to rev it like a motorcycle. So you're going to twist both ends this way. So when you pull it tight, you end up with the Kenpo knot, where you can see this is coming up through here. This is right here, flat. And then this is U-shaped, but the points of the U are pointing towards the person. So right like that. All right, now that we know how to tie the knot, I want to talk about 2 more things. The first thing is some schools have a tradition of wearing the knot to the left or to the right instead of to the center. So most schools that I go to, you just wear your knot right in the center, and that's the way it's done. From my understanding, it's a Japanese tradition where guys wear their knot to the left, girls wear their knot to the right. And then a lot of times the instructors might still wear it in the center. So if you happen to be going to a school or a seminar or whatever, and everybody else there is wearing their knot to the left or the right, if you're a guy, to the left. If you're a girl, to the right. And then the instructor will wear it in the center, possibly. So if they're doing that tradition, you do it too. All right? If everybody's got their knot in the center, and you come from a school where it's to the left or the right, just wear it in the center like everybody else. So just wanted to talk about that tradition. You might see that out there somewhere. The second thing is how to untie the belt. All right? So if you have a new belt, sometimes you're pulling on that belt and pulling on that belt, and it's super tight. And then when you try to get it off, it's hard to actually get the knot out. If you have that problem, when you're trying to get the knot out, put your fingers real close to this edge of the knot and pinch the belt. It's already a U shape on this side, so just pinch it, and then as much as your fingers can get into the knot on this side, pinch the belt, and then shove your fingers inside the knot, and it should come undone. It might take you 1 or 2 tries, but the belt will out. That knot's always going to come out. So just put your fingers as close as you can, squeeze, and then push in, and you should be able to get that belt out. Okay? Thank you for watching this video production from Kenpo University.